Welcome back, Tribe. Have a small channel here recommended by you guys from Keira Lotan. 300K views on this. She only has 30K subs. Let's see what it's about. Men are simple.
Men are simple.
Okay.
Okay. And I say this because I need to reassure myself sometimes that men are simple. Okay. The main difference between a man and a woman is obviously our parts, but it's our hormones. And a man's hormones regenerate every 24 hours, whereas a woman's is 28 days. Okay, we know this, though. We know this.
It's not actually true, but go on.
But one of the main factors that differentiate men and women is what we stress about. What does a man stress about and what does a woman stress about? Let me tell you, okay? One of the main things a man stresses about when he wakes up every morning is work. Okay, that is work.
Okay.
Now, women, if you're going to tell me work is the first thing you stress about in the morning, then you're a man. You're masculine. You're worried about the wrong things, okay?
Oh, here we go.
A man stresses about work the first thing he wakes up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's when his testosterone levels are at its rise, its peak, right? Every morning a man wakes up. Every healthy man wakes up.
We get the joke.
Work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get it done. Okay? Women, the roof over your head was created by a man. Okay? The roads you're driving on, created by a man. Men are simple. They get the job done. They have to.
Okay.
They wake up every day stressing if they can.
Mm-hmm.
Women, what do we stress about? What do we stress about the most?
What?
Okay? What do we stress about pretty much when we wake up and then when we go to bed?
Does he love me?
Men.
Mm-hmm.
Men. We stress about men. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing because subconsciously women are looking for their mate. We're looking for our husband, a father figure for our children. You know, we have every right to stress about getting our perfect man for our family, right?
Okay.
That is what we are subconsciously looking for and what we're stressing about. But what it's getting to in this day and age is that we're looking over our shoulders. We're getting jealous. We're over here like we're getting insecure over men. We're feeling empowered and above men. Like how can you stress about a man and then feel like you're better than him? That makes no sense to me. But like I said, we stress about two different things on a regular basis. And a man's hormones fluctuate 24 hours compared to a woman's 28 days. It's different. It's so different. We are not equal. We are not the same. Okay. This is where I say men and women are not the same.
Canceled.
Now, as a whole, we are not all the same.
Get rid of her.
We have different personalities.
Canceled.
Man.
Talking
women,
crazy.
Different.
Canceled.
Stress about different things.
Get rid of her.
The second thing a man stresses about every day is sex. Not women, sex in general. Why?
Okay.
Because men need their testosterone to be catered to. Just like how a woman needs to be loved and nurtured, right? We need to be like assured. We need to be loved and, you know, reassure us of our love and our beauty. You know, that's all we need as a woman. Just tell us we're beautiful and we're fine. You know what I'm saying? A man, he just needs some. He just needs some, especially in the morning. The morning is the best time to give it to him because that's when he's ready. He's ready for the day. He's ready to take on any stress he can in his work life and you know, the relationship. If you're over there like waking up in the morning questioning him already, like that's how it is. A man.
If morning blowies are your alarm clock, you're doing well in life, my friend. And your woman knows how to treat you. If morning arguments and a lazy partner that won't get up and help you get ready for the day is your wake up routine, you are in a sunk cost fallacy mode and you should have exited stage left years ago. Pray for you.
Man needs sex to validate himself. You know, like a man needs sex straight up like that. It's simple. It's simple. It's not that he's out there looking for a better chick than you. It's not like he's lusting over everything. It's just his testosterone tells him he needs sex in order to get the job done. Literally, that is that. And if you think it's any more than that, you're making it more complicated than it is because he's a man. Okay? We're more complicated than that. We have hidden agendas that we don't even understand, okay? Emotional intelligence is what we have. Okay? And you just need to use that and actually get smart around about how men are. The second thing a woman stresses about is kids. Okay? We stress about our kids. We stress
Look, emotional intelligence is the word she uses, but if you don't have control over your emotions or you have less control, then you're less emotionally intelligent. Most men are more emotionally intelligent. I've made the mistake of saying that before as well. What she really needs to say is more women are emotionally unstable compared to men. So it makes them more complex, more chaotic, harder to read. Yeah, that makes more sense.
About emotional needs. We might have an inner child in ourselves where that's where we take care of. That's what we stress about, right? We stress about having kids. We stress about our periods. We stress about that. That's what we stress about. Second to men. That's different than sex. Sex and kids correlate, but they're different, right? It's like the sex comes from the man, and then the women brings the children, and in return, she has to take care of them, Like we both do. Men and women take care of children, but women have this different connection with children because we literally birth them. That's why we stress about them, because we birthed them. Our umbilical cord was connected to them. That's why we stress more than men about children. But guess what? That goes to my third stress for men. So the first stress for men was work. The second stress was sex. And the third one is kids. Because of course, a man's going to stress about his kids. He's got kids. Those are his kids. That is his seed. That is who he is. And especially if he has a boy. Now, I'm not taking it away from daughters. A man can love his daughter just as much as his son. But think about that. That is a second him. That is a double him. Just like if I had a daughter, it would be a double me. So after a man stresses about his work, he got his sex in, he got his stuff figured out. That's when he starts figuring out, oh, what does my child need? He needs to go to a different school. He needs this for his future. What does my child need? She needs this. She needs to go to ballet. That's when a man thinks about his children, after he's already gotten everything out of the way, that he can, put the roof over his children's head, and he can, have his testosterone figured out, because that's what a man needs. A man needs his testosterone leveled in every single day. Every single day, his testosterone levels out. Whereas a woman, it's like once a month, okay? We fluctuate in 28 days, and it's so different. Like women, we need to understand this. And if you think you understand it, you need to repeat it and repeat it again. Because you'll find...
Even if what she's saying is true, kind of isn't, but your test levels and how much they regenerate and the cycles of your hormones, that doesn't necessarily correlate to sex drive, is what she's talking about. And again, women's sex drives, when they're with partners they're attracted to and completely comfortable with, and actually really, really admire them, respect them, look up to them, it's every day, multiple times a day for a woman. The only time she really stops is when she's on her period, when she's menstruating. Because some women, find it nasty to have sex then, or a little bit embarrassed, or, whatever it is. And they need to be emotionally and mentally into it 100% for you to get the best experience out of them. Because if she in the back of her mind is thinking, oh my God, what does he think? Oh my God, I'm bleeding. Oh my God, it smells. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. It's going to stop her from reaching the O and having a good time anyway. So this is not correlating with sex drive on the individual level, but I know what she's saying. There is a need in men. Yes, we would like to have it every day or almost every day. But women, it's the same thing if you're with the right woman. If you're in a relationship where it's a complete chore and you have to count down the hour to give your man sex, or, oh God, today he's going to want it, I'm not in the mood, or, oh, I have to, not feel threatened in my relationship, so I have to make sure he gets what he wants. If you're not actually enjoying your partner, you're stuck in a hellhole of an existence. And this goes both ways. If your woman doesn't want to touch you, if she's not really intimate with you, if you got to work double, triple overtime just to get your woman to do something, lift a finger just to touch you, bro, you're in a dead bedroom. You're in a hellacious relationship. You were never a good match. You probably were a mark. You probably were a beta bob, like these bug sandwich types. You got used, you got predated on, you got picked. Men with good salaries need to be careful. Likewise, ladies, don't make the mistake of getting with the guy who's got a high salary and then you get caught in your own form of hell where you're staying next to somebody for years on end that you're not attracted to. And eventually you're just going to cheat on him with like the pool boy or the trainer at the gym. Why? Is that worth it just to say you live in a house and you popped out a few kids that may or may not be his? And then you're going to end up on the single dating market at your age with kids, divorcee, talking about how men ain't shit and blaming him for everything when you picked the wrong guy in the first place because you settled for a paycheck. Really? This is what we're doing? It seems like this is what we're doing in society today.
Yourself in a situation where you're mad at your man for no reason. Okay? You need to understand your man and yourself. That's what it takes to be in a relationship. Straight up. And if you think you just need to understand yourself first, that's selfish. Okay? The third thing a woman stresses about is her weight. Her weight. What she looks like. Okay? Because women, we take our beauty into the uppermost like echelon of value. We value our beauty, right? Because we age and, when we're young, that's when we're the most beautiful, the most vulnerable, that's where we feel the most valued when we're young, right? So while we're stressing about men and children, we're also stressing about our weight and how we look, and we just want to be presented in a way that our man wants us, right? But the thing is, in order to keep your man, you need to look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't give up on yourself and expect your man to stay with you, like even if you have kids, even if you did tie the knot, even if, you've been together for 10 plus years, you still need to look good, not just for yourself, but for your man, because a man needs sex. Okay. Not you. A man will never need you. A man will never need a woman. Just like a woman will never need a man.
Pulse.
But the thing is, how...
That one hurts to say. The ladies can never admit it. Men are perfectly capable and fine with being lonely and living by themselves. That's why they got professional escorts. Then they'll pay for sex. Just exactly what she just said. They just need sex. You get that itch, scratched it, done. Life can go on. Hang out with your dog, go fishing, chill, hike a mountain, do whatever. Life's great, bro. You got a little harem of chicks? Cool. Scratch the itch, done. Bonus if you popped a few kids out and they didn't get you on the hook for it. And that's a man winning in nature's eyes because he pushed his seed further down the generational line and he's not responsible for it. That's essentially a man winning. It's immoral, but from the biological point of view, from Mother Nature, that's about as good as it gets for a guy. You're just pumping off in a bunch of chicks, get a bunch of them pregnant. You don't deal with any consequences, repercussions. They go on their fallback, beta simp plans where they get a walking wallet to take care of them, take them in as single mothers, and that's it, bro. Someone else is raising your seed, doing all the hard work, and your genetic lineage is passed down. That's a shitty deal for society in general. That doesn't lead to the best outcomes for the children, but Mother Nature deemed that the most efficient way for a man to work. And there are a bunch of men out there that are doing that very thing. Unfortunately, women have a dualistic mating preference as well, where they get with those rich geeks, but getting pumped by, think of like bad boys, the Chads and the Tyrones and the men they're really attracted to, but give off no good long-term vibes. The men they really want and get absolutely Niagara Falled down their floor. But when Beta Bob comes in with his fat stacks, I'll tolerate him. He gets paid. I have a nice roof over my head. I'm in mink sheets. I'm sleeping on Versace, all this. It's great. He's disgusting. I have to just maintenance sex him, but whatever. At least I get all this. Hellacious. Sheesh.
As how contradicting it sounds, a man built the roof over my head, so technically a woman does need a man a little more than a man needs a woman. Just because of the facts, we both need each other. We really do. But
kind of, yeah.
Women, we need to stop being...
This is what we'll say because it's getting so radical on each side. Men and women coming together is very powerful. Your life will be much more full, much more fulfilling, much more exciting when you get a genuine woman to be your partner for life, starting a family, seeing your kids grow up before your very eyes, becoming a grandparent, a grandfather, watching your kids be successful in life and starting their own families. Nothing more fulfilling than that. No matter what the liberals tell you, no matter what society is telling you today, no matter how bad it's getting, all men desire that kind of life. That is a goal. That is a dream that most of us have. It's just the circumstances, economically speaking, culturally speaking, that has made the West completely rotten. And so many men are opting out. A lot can't even do it, even if they tried. So they're just opting out, period. Involuntarily are being opted out of relationships. It's not that men don't want to get married. It's not that men don't want to start families. It's just you can't under the system we're living in today. And the other side doesn't appreciate you like they should, like your great grandma appreciated your great grandpa. The rules of the game are changing in front of our very eyes. And the only winning move to play for a lot of these men that can't compete with the top percentile, that can't even compete with the middle percentile, just rather give up, man. I don't get my little plot of land. I don't farm anymore. Me and my woman don't build out our farm and tend to the animals and the crops and survive for winter and have a big family of 9 kids where they're all working and helping. That's gone, bro. Now that women have entered the workforce and they're earning money too, they have the opportunity to make these choices that are punching far above their weight, and they're ending up what they say voluntarily single, but it's involuntary because you can't get the man you want. So women are ending up involuntarily alone, although sexually active, and men are ending up involuntarily alone, although sexually inactive. And this is society trending in the progressive direction. We're all getting sold bullshit. This is why men are opting for Plan B. It's getting a passport, getting out of here, finding traditional fit, friendly women under all the circumstances that make it a good experience to raise a family. Women don't have a Plan B. You don't go into traditional cultures as a Western woman and try to start a family with somebody and take it serious. They look at you as a plaything. You're for fun. What are you going to do? Get a younger guy to take you seriously as an older woman because you had a change of mind because you found the career that you were working at and slaving away for just not worth it, and family was just always more important, and you're ready to make a change? It's too late. The consequences, they're here. You're paying for them. It's time to collect cats. It's time to drink boxed wine. It's time to, like in the earlier video a day ago, think about your non-existent retirement plan, or get yourself a boy toy, get used, and start learning to bust open your wallet like men have been doing for you when you were young.
Being insecure over what our man thinks and how he's judging, and we just need to stop overthinking that, please, because men are just so simple. All you need to do is just communicate. All you need to do is work on yourself, do the things you gotta do, and that's all a man really cares about. He doesn't care if you're richer than him. He doesn't care if you're successful. He doesn't care what you got going on. If you're failing in something, or if you don't know what, being indecisive as a woman is okay. But if you're going to sit there and play victim to everything in your life, like, a man doesn't want to stress about that. He already stresses about work. Work is the first thing he stresses about. And if he's not stressing about work, then he's probably playing around, and he's freaking around because he's stressing about sex. Okay? So to know you have a good man in your life is to know that he is stressing about these 3 things in the correct order. Work, sex, kids. That is the correct order that a man stresses about. Okay? And I don't know. I'm not saying I'm professional here. I'm just saying I have experience, and I need to reassure myself as a woman, because I don't want to play victim. I don't want to act like I'm better than men, and I don't want to act like I'm better than any other woman, because I'm humbly myself. I am myself. And I learn a lot of different things in this life about hormones and how we react to certain situations. Okay. And men and women are so different. We're so different. Especially when we wake up in the morning. Men are so different than women. Like, I swear there's a lot of women out there that are really trying to play this man role, and it's like, it's not my life, so I don't gotta really worried about it, but I think there's girls out there that are really confused, and they're blaming men for things, and they're calling men dogs, and men are dogs, but you know what? A man will literally tell you that he is a dog, because simple as that, he can actually be honest with himself. Women, we need to be honest with ourselves and be honest with what's going on.
Yeah, you can tell a woman I'm a straight dog, and she'll go, but I can save him. Last night was too good. I got to hold on to this one. Maybe I can change him. Maybe I can convince him to just look at me differently and forget about all those other women. Proceeds to get pumped and dumped or used for all her shit. And borrowing her car and him getting everything paid for. She's busting out the wall, everything, man. She does everything for the wrong guy. But when she gets a good man that wants to treat her like an equal, that wants to take care of her and all stuff, all of a sudden you got to jump through hoops. All of a sudden you got to do everything under the sun possible to keep her attention because he's too nice. He's too safe. He's too boring. It's crazy. You can never make them happy.
Be self-aware of what a man is actually bringing to you and what you see in him. Obviously, if there's a bad guy out there, you can just see it. Like you can't hide away from bad people. Bad people are bad. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm talking
a lot of women would disagree.
Hormone-wise, men do not stress about the stuff we stress about. They don't. They don't care. They do not care. We're complicated for a reason. Because men simply don't care about that stuff. So who else is going to care about it? We do. And that's just recognizing the strengths and weaknesses in men and women. And that's just how we yin and yang together. And if we're just going to combat all the time, we're all going to be single and old and we're just going to be miserable. No kids. Or even if we have kids, the kids are going to be traumatized. Like we're trying to break this cycle of traumatic divorced families. Like it's almost normal. It is normal. If anything, it's like, oh, your parents are together. That's weird. That's weird. Your parents are still together.
True.
Like think about that. Love is supposed to be pure. Love.
When I look back at my life and all the people I've met and we talk about their families and stuff, I'm one of the few whose parents are still together and saw what a successful relationship looks like and seeing it today. Still together 30 plus years since before I was born. It's rare. It is extremely rare to meet people whose family is still together successfully under a loving roof today. I can maybe count it on my two hands and that's it. It's crazy. And that's living in the West. Of course, it's changed out here in Eastern Europe, but Eastern Europe is not where all these problems are being highlighted in these videos.
Love is true. Love is understanding the other person and their hormones and why they act the way they do. And, I feel like I'm talking to mainly the women. I'm targeting the women because we just need to reassure ourselves. Okay. We need to reassure ourselves in how we feel around men. Why do we feel this way around this guy? Why do we feel so, insecure? Why do we feel so like looking over my shoulders? Because you like him. Like just freaking show it. Just show you like him. Show that you care. You know what I'm saying? Don't question him and then make it this whole big ordeal when it's so simple. It's so simple because guess what? He probably likes you too, but he doesn't know how to go about it because he's not intuitive like a woman. Okay? But that's as simple as I can put it into terms of differences in men and women. Like that's the best I can do it because I'm not trying to get.
I'm curious what the comments say on this video. That's what wife looks like. Groomed, presentable, no tattoos or piercing, looking after herself, no excessive makeup or lashes. Hard to leave in the morning and nice to come home at night after work. Cossack is over there just simping up a storm, but okay. Is this woman AI? I've never heard a woman spit so many facts in my life. I love how the video is primarily meant for female viewers, but the comments are full of the homies. Yeah, because most men are simps. I'm a 65-year-old man and she's spot on. She understands the two genders completely. Loki, I don't think you can just simplify men and women this way, because I know the things you said about women aren't true. I don't think about men constantly and are obsessed with them. So I doubt the ones for males are true, because if they are, it'd make me sad. But I doubt they are, to be honest, because everybody's different. Okay, cool story. 35-year-old man here. Not sure why this video has been recommended to me, but kudos to you. Nailed it. If a woman can give a man peace, he'll never leave. It's refreshing to hear someone take our side. Yeah, honestly, man, men don't require much. Loyalty and respect. It's not even love. Men don't crave a woman's love. Women crave a man's love. All men want, besides loyalty and respect, is peace. Just give me peace. If I can come home to a happy place and it feels like my problems melt away, I don't have to deal with them while I'm in your presence. You have a nice, bubbly, feminine personality. That dude is going to be hard pressed every time he has to leave and go to work, go take care of business, go battle the world outside. And he's always going to look forward to coming home and being around his woman. When you're not that kind of woman, all your man can do is leave the house. Think about how he can stay at work and do more overtime. Then other women catch his attention and he's miserable and he doesn't want to go home and enter into another battle with a person that's supposed to be a place for him to relax and have his problems actually melt away. That's what a lot of women don't understand. Society is teaching women today to basically be men, be masculine, be combative, always try to check a man's authority in a relationship. No, never be allowed to be led by a man. It's crazy, dude. You're training women up to be combative partners, and then they get shocked why they enter in the dating pool and the pumping and dumping happens and no man takes me seriously and I can't get a man to commit. And it's like, yeah, you're just another dude. You're only valuable for a few nights and then I can't stand you anymore. Next. It's hard to find a friendly, like fit, actual feminine woman today in the West. They're very masculine. They're very manly. All the men are shouting from the rooftops. This is exact information. And they're just saying, you're not man enough. It's your problem. Oh, you just can't handle a woman like me. Okay, here's how I handle a woman like you. Pump, dump. Next. What's the problem? We'll see you guys on the next one.